I'll introduce Mr. Yao again. He is EMEA Sales Director of the ZTE Corporation, and he's going to talk to us in a minute. ZTE is headquartered in Shenzhen, Guangdong, China. ZTE does carrier networks, terminals, and telecommunication. ZTE's core products are wireless, exchange access, optical transmission, and data telecommunications gear, mobile phones, and telecommunications software. It also offers video on demand and streaming media. ZTE is one of the top 5 largest smartphone manufacturers in its home market and in the top 10 worldwide. We Link You Smart is the title of what Mr. Yao is going to tell us now. Please welcome Mr. Yao from ZTE.
Hello. Well, morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming. Today, I would like to bring you some IoT technology and solution. But the most important thing is we want to bring you some scenarios which we believe will benefit your business. I'm a salesman. So before we start the presentation, I would like to ask you a simple question so that you understand how we're going to reach a conclusion for the presentation and so that you understand how we're going to make deal business. The question is simple. Assuming we have 2 cars, one car is Toyota, another car is Ferrari. Assuming that Toyota, $100, Ferrari, same configuration, $105. Which one you choose? For sure, no doubt. Most of people, they will choose Ferrari, luxury, stylish. Okay, we will find out the conclusion. Due to the time limit, if any question, please allow me to clarify after we finish. I just wonder if there's no screen here. Okay. As we know, Internet of Things is not a new subject. There are so many reports, researches presenting us a very promising future, beautiful picture, that huge economy. Just like Ghana, they forecast by 2020, the global object, more than 25 billion, will get connected. And McKinsey, they even forecast more ambitious future. They forecast by 2025, the total global IoT economic potential will exceed $4 trillion or even up to $11 trillion. Anyway, for me, the useful mastery 2. Business opportunity. Where is the business opportunity? Second thing, business barrier. How we fast deploy our business. Most of the research, they agree that 3 or 4 vertical industry will dominate the IoT business in the future. That is utility, transport, manufacturing, and government. They will dominate 70 up to 90% of the total economy. Utility includes the public infrastructure, street lighting, energy, metering business, and transport includes the public traffic control, vehicle, ships, plane, blah, blah, blah. I will bring you those scenarios, how we benefit from those business scenarios in the later slide. And also, according to McKinsey, they found out that several things are quite important to generate more IoT economic volume. Interoperability, cost, and power consumption. The first keyword, interoperability. Nowadays, most of the IoT system or application are built separately. They cannot coordinate. The data sharing is impossible. But just assuming if the government, they have the data access from our personal vehicle, then we can imagine if you easily reduce the traffic. Second thing, the cost. For sure, that's very important. Assuming a tracking device, the price is lower than $5, what will happen? Many family, many people will like to use it. It will be affordable for everyone. Then we can use this device, check our dogs, check our children, and check our key, our car. Then you can see we will transform the business process and we will generate some new business model. That is quite important. The final thing is the power consumption. In many IoT scenarios, people require ultra-low power consumption. Take farming business, for example. In the remote area for irrigation, people will put the sensor under the ground to check the weather, temperature, the moisture, etc. When the weather gets hot, they will send a message to the remote server and turn on the water. But the problem is, in the remote area, there's no electricity. That's one scenario. Another scenario, sometimes we need to get the meter information from the water meter, gas meter. There's no electricity. We have to use the battery. So power consumption is very critical to generate more IoT business. We'll bring you more information. In the above slide, I bring you some idea about the business barrier for IoT. Here, I just present you more information about the IoT reality. We call it IoT characteristic. There are 3 keywords. When we understand this, we will understand how we're gonna choose the right technology or solution for business. The 3 keywords: local, scattered, non-interoperable. Local, it means in many factory, hospital, or the shops, people, they need to collect the data, but not necessary to collect the data from the cellular operator network. We can use some Bluetooth, RFID to collect the data from each node and concentrate by Ethernet. That is local. So in this scenario, we just need to use some short-range wireless technology. Shall be enough, shall be okay. Another keyword, scatter. What is scatter? Many vertical industry have different needs, quite different needs. Even the same industry, they also have very specific requirement. Also take farming business, for example. In a large orchard, we plant the apple tree, orange tree, we need to monitor the weather information. But in a small greenhouse, not necessary. We just need to monitor the temperature, the moisture. The requirements are quite different. So in this scenario, maybe we just need to use some Bluetooth, ZTE, this kind of technology. But in a bigger landscape, probably we need to rely on the operator, the cellular network. That's the information we want to deliver. Non-interoperable, we already bring you this information. Let's skip this one. From our point of view, for the technology side, we think IoT network will include a variety of technology, no matter ZTE, long-range coverage technology, whatever. There are a lot of technology. They can find their scenario to fit. getting back to the question I asked at the beginning. We have two cars, Toyota and Ferrari. Which one you choose? Just assuming if you're driving for safari, will you use Ferrari? For sure, no. That's my point. Another conclusion we can easily see. IoT is good for enterprise, but due to the inability of ICT technology, many enterprises, they prefer a simple and smart solution. For example, only gateway plus sensor, cloud. That will be simple. No need to maintain. You just put it there, you can collect the data. That is simple. We will present you those kind of solution. The more simple, the better. The more lower cost, the better. Starting from now, we present you some idea. What is our opinion for different kind of technology? As we know that IoT have 3 layers. Perception layer, lots of sensor. Second layer, network layer. And finally, we have the cloud application layer. ZTE specializes in the network layer. We are the equipment provider. In this layer, we can see there are so many new technology. Narrowband IoT, Sigfox, Wireless M, Wireless P, a lot. So if we want to compare those technology, we can group them into 3 categories by license frequency or non-license frequency, or by coverage, within 100 meter coverage or up to 40, 80 kilometer coverage, and by the power consumption. And then we can separate those technology in 3 groups. For telecommunication, wireless technology, and LP1 technology, short range wireless technology. LPWN, short for low power area network. SRW, short for short range wireless communication technology. In general speaking, telecom communication like a GSM, LTE, this kind of technology, they use licensed spectrum. So you can see a very stable QoS, quality of service. You can see very good coverage, but they also have the disadvantage. Power consumption, not that reasonable. Also, the use cost, maybe it's a heavy burden for the small enterprise. It's not good for everyone. That is disadvantage and advantage of telecom network. We will focus on the LP1 comparison against short-range wireless. LP1, normally we define like the coverage from 1 kilometer up to 20 kilometers. We call it LP1 technology. Another example of this technology is the power consumption, arbitrarily low. Forget about this table. We just bring you the conclusion. For the short-range wireless, because they are quite limited in the coverage from 10 meter to 50 meter, 100 meter, not enough. Nowadays, more and more people realize long coverage, ultra low power consumption technology is very important for IoT business. Among the LP1 technology, we think there are more than 15 to 20 of technology, like as we introduced, LoRa, narrowband, IoT, like Wireless N, this kind of thing. We finally find that LoRa probably is one of the best technology from our point of view. They are super performance in the power consumption. With the battery, you can use it for the device for 2 years up to 10 years. Good coverage. From in the city, 5 kilometers up to 20 kilometers. In the rural area, you can cover 40 kilometers. Please pay attention to their advantage. And you will see you will have a lot of business opportunity. Another good advantage for this technology, they're based on CDMA, good in anti-noise. What does it mean? You don't need an expert in the network planning. You don't need an expert to roll out the network. Even you using the same frequency, there are many operators, many companies using the same frequency. What will happen? Definitely, they will have some interference. But LoRa, you don't need to worry about this kind of thing. Which means, in the same city, even you have 1,000 people operating the same network using the same frequency. Technically, they are much better than other technology. That is a unique advantage. And as I say, CDMA technology, technically, their location aware, based on 3 points, the gateway, you can easily find the location. So you don't need the GPS, technically. And also, I say, CDMA technology, they are good, super indoor coverage. You don't need the expert to roll out the network for yourself. You just put the gateway on the top or even in the basement. Then within 1.5 kilometer, no problem in coverage. You will see the scenario. I present you more. Starting from now, of course, and the cost is reasonable. Cost is reasonable. Starting from now, I bring you the business scenario so that you understand. As we say, there are several vertical industry good for business: utility, transport, manufacturing, LoRa, fixed all. The picture on the right side is our gateway. The size, you can go to our booth, the size, just like this one. Up to really low. Very good price. You don't need a special skill. You can easily deploy everywhere you want. And you have very good coverage. And this is our module, ultra low power consumption. With the battery, you can use it for 2 years to 5 years, no problem. And this is one of our terminal device. Let me bring you the scenario, how we can run our business. Assuming, gentlemen, lady, you are the system integrator, how we get business. First scenario, metering. We have some project in Europe undergoing. They want to collect the data from the basement, water, gas, but they have no power supply. What we can do? Put the module in the middle, connecting to the meter or sensor, and then they can easily transfer the data from the basement up to the building. That's the advantage. They use the battery. They can use the battery for 2 years to 5 years. That's one of the scenario. Another scenario, like city parking in Shenzhen. Last year, they used the ZTE technology. They put the sensor under the ground, and sensor with the battery, with the ZTE module, they collect the information, transfer to the server. But the problem is, they have to put the ZTE gateway every 50 meters, because ZTE is kind of a short-range wireless technology. Every 50 meters, they have to put the ZTE gateway. Assuming you use the new technology, LoRa, what will happen? I'm a system integrator. I deploy 3 gateway in the Shenzhen city. I can have the whole coverage. I can provide the service to the government. Another business model. For example, I visit Turkey last month. I visit Kenya last month. There are lots of tourists. How to guarantee their safety? Look, you give them a belt embedded with the LoRa module and the battery. You can have their location. And because LoRa is CDMA technology, they have half duplex technology. So you push the SOS button, you can easily talk. Help, you can send a location. People can easily manage the tourist safety. Like Switzerland, we know that they are famous for the ski sport. In this case, there's no cellular network. How we identify people's safety? LoRa with the belt is enough. Construction for the mining business, another scenario. Under the tunnel, for example, like a subway, under the basement, 1 kilometer under the ground, how can we identify their location? LoRa is good technology. With the battery, with the sensor, with the CDMA, position identify technology, you can see their movement. You can send a message. But of course, LP1 technology, they are not that good in bandwidth. LoRa bandwidth is 1K to 100K. In the reality, up to 50K, no problem. But it's good for IoT business. I forget to mention another advantage. One LoRa gateway can connect 50,000 up to 100,000 units of the device. Huge. Assuming you are electricity company, assuming you are a system integrator, you can easily deploy several gateways in the city and provide a whole network service for your client. And there are lots of business scenarios we want to introduce you. Since we have time, we can spend more time to bring you those business in China. Like that picture in China. The insurance company, they get the money from the farmer, like a cow, like the sheep. If the cow die, they need to pay the compensation. So the insurance company, they want to guarantee nobody making the fraud. They put the sensor plus LoRa chipset to the ear of animal to check their location. They want to make sure every animal is live and kicking. That's another business model. So you see, there are many business scenarios we can provide to our customers. Furthermore, as we mentioned, for the public facility, the government, they have a lot of money. They want to make sure our people living a good life, guarantee the safety. Let me give you some example. In China, we encounter in a very huge company for the sea transportation. They want to make sure if any dangerous thing will happen, they put the sensor to the container when they transport the explosion goods. The sensor connect to LoRa chipset with the battery, and then they put one gateway on the ship. They can easily find the whole ship container, temperature, moisture, this kind of thing. As you know, last year we have a disaster in China, the explosion. From now on, the government, they put more attention to this kind of thing, public safety. LoRa is good for the government business. Another scenario, like this picture, in the middle. In Shenzhen, we have the highway. Along the highway, there's a mountain. So the government, they want to make sure when in rainy season, there's no flood. You see my point? Sorry for my English. Yeah? So they put the sensor to the ground, connect with LoRa. For that railway or highway, they just put 3 gateway, have the full coverage. That's a good scenario. Also, in the district, like apartment management, you have many vending machines, you have many meters, or we can use a gateway, collect the data, and control in your server side. Okay, I think I bring you the idea what we can do for you based on the LoRa technology. Another solution we would like to present you is the telematic. Telematic, for most of people, is very old concept. But nowadays, something happened. We make it more smart, more intelligent, and more easy to use. And it is good business model for operator, for our client. Let me bring you some information. ZTE, for us, we focus on the OBD product and checker. We made this device for AT&T, for Telesonia, for T-Mobile, all of them are global top 20 telecom operator. Why they choose this kind of thing? In the market, you have many OBD. And also we know that OBD is good product for the UBI service, use-based insurance service. Insurance company, they want to see how good is the driver. If the driver driving slow, and then they will see this driver is good driver, I can give you good tariff. UBI business is huge market. One of our clients, they can have more than 600,000 new subscribers every year. They place order to us every year in a small country. The country population only 60 million population. My point is, UBI is good business. For the operator, they want to get this cake. But no matter insurance company or in previous story like Verizon or T-Mobile, they fail. It's not easy for them to develop UBI service. Why? The story is like this. In France, AX company, a famous insurance company, they give you a device, let's say $20, GSM OBD. I'm quite finished. GSM OBD. They want to check the user driver behavior, harsh brake, easy brake, harsh turn, this kind of thing. But just assuming you are in the shoes of the subscriber, will you feel interesting? When you use your smartphone app, you just play for 1 week and forget it. It brings you no benefit. But now we bring a new idea. For the operator, they embedded Wi-Fi feature. They make a package for tariff. For example, free Wi-Fi, free data connection. So everyone will be happy. They will like to use it. If you be in very short time, the operator, they can easily get the subscriber. And one thing important, for telematics service business, there are only one door for telematics service. In the car, you have 3 ports, audio, OBD port, and the cigarette lighter. The most important is OBD. They can check the car, engine, this kind of information. So the philosophy is, in the room, maybe there's a one seat for business. So who can put their ass put their bottom on the seat, and then he can have the business. That is the business philosophy. That's the reason our client want us to provide this feature, this device to them. They can easily develop the subscriber. I have more story to tell, but due to the time limit, I am finishing. So I just bring you another example we did. This one, we did for Italian Octo, world leading TSP. They have more than million UBI subscriber. The advantage we bring them, simple, smart. We can easily transform from the OBD to a checker. Anyway, after we finish, I'm finishing. So we finish. If any question, we have the detailed discussion. So since time's out, right? Hello? Dear sir, we finish or we continue?
Well, actually at 45, the next speaker is ready. So I would like you to conclude.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for sharing me your time. If any question, we can have the detailed discussion. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's been very instructive. You've had great examples. We're absolutely impressed. And Mr. Yao will be sticking around. Do you have a booth? Do you have a booth?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.